Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dreams Unlimited Travel Podcast. My name is John Magi.
And I'm Kevin Close.
And on this episode, we're going to tell you about an incredible, and I mean incredible, dining experience Kevin and I did on our recent Celebrity Equinox sailing. Want to give you guys a little bit of a background before we get started, and I also want to say, listen, I know you guys want to hear about Disney stuff. I know you like to hear Disney content. Please, I ask that you stay with us for this show. I think you're going to be blown away by what we talk about and what we show you. I've got some great video and some great pictures. Again, this is an incredible experience that we had. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you. So stick with us on that. A couple things before we get started. I apologize that it's been a while since we've done a dream show. It's just been very, very busy. We are definitely going to be doing more dream shows. We had a bunch planned with Tracy coming on and other agents. So look forward to that in 2022. And then what was the other thing I wanted to say? That's it. So Kevin and I recently went on the Celebrity Equinox.
And the only reason he's saying that is because it doesn't matter who you talk to. If you pronounce it one way, they correct you. So we just call it the Equinox.
Everybody you talk to, you always pronounce it the wrong way for them. So just a silly little thing that happened. So we had a really great cruise. It was our first cruise after the pandemic, our first actual sailing, which was really exciting. We've got some great information and some great content coming for you in the future about what it's like to travel, what it's like to get on the ship, the tests you have to take, and how you navigate that process. Trust me when I tell you this was super easy. Probably one of the best cruises Kevin and I have ever done. The ship was, I think, at 30 or 40% capacity.
There was no wait for an elevator. There was never a wait for a restaurant. It was pretty amazing.
It was a great time. We had a lot of fun. And one of the things we did was, because we had a suite on this sailing, we were able to eat in all of the specialty restaurants as many times as we wanted for no additional charge. Now, our suite was expensive, so we kind of figured that into the price. So I'm going to let Kevin tell the story, but when we first got on the ship, we went to the concierge lounge and we talked to one of the concierge hosts. And what did she tell us?
We asked her about making reservations for the different restaurants. She was lovely. And as there's a sushi restaurant and there's an Italian steakhouse. There's several different restaurants. And she said, but you have to go to Cuisine. And Tracy had talked about this once before. And we said, oh yeah, we'd love to do that. Tracy had talked about the fact that it was all, I think the word she used was like finger food kind of stuff. She said it's very different now. Now there's a show with your dinner. And we both kind of went, a show?
A show.
She said, I think you'll like it. Now, she said there are 3 separate shows throughout the course of our 9-night sailing. 3 nights, 3 nights, and 3 nights.
Where the show changes.
And the menu.
And the menu changes.
So we said, all right, let's make a reservation for each night, for each show and each menu, if you think it's that good. She said she did. She thought it was great. So we went to the other restaurants and they were all lovely. We had a wonderful time. And then we went to Cuisine. And the name of the...
I want to just make sure people know it's spelled Q-S-I-N-E. So already pretentious, right? Already it's like, oh, this is going to be great. So that's the first impression I had of it.
So the name of the show is Le Petit Chef.
Second red flag. It's in French.
I didn't realize all these red flags.
A lot of red flags for me.
The first show is called Le Petit Chef and Family. So we went in, and this is not a large dining space. It's amongst all of the other specialty restaurants. And we got there early like they asked, and we went in and sat down, and the walls of the restaurant are very, very dark. I'm colorblind, so I can't tell you if they were navy blue or black or cranberry.
I could tell you it was black. The walls were black, the ceiling was black, all the fixtures were black.
The rug was black then, I'm guessing. Yeah. However, your table is sparkly white. It is snow white. And there's on your table is a dinner plate, and from overhead there's a projection on the dinner plate that lights up the rim of the plate, and across the middle of the plate it says Le Petit Chef and Family. And before anything happened, you knew you were in for something different. You were given a menu. The menu showed what the menu for the evening was. However, there was, I'm going to put this in my words, a plainer version of the menu. The menu was, I thought it looked good, but you could have substituted out a simpler appetizer, entree, and dessert. So there were options. Now, I do have to tell you, there is no kids menu and there's no kids pricing for this. The cost of this dinner is $55 per person.
In addition to your cruise, think of it like specialty dining on a Disney ship, Palo or Remy. You know, it's that quality.
I will say that I've never thought any specialty dining, even on the Disney ships, was as valuable as this reservation was.
So you're presented with a menu, and again, Kevin said it's a specific fixed menu. Every course has a specific, way in which it's presented, and the reason for that is it's timed to the show, and I'm going to keep doing that. So it's timed to the show, and it's coordinated in such a way. But as Kevin said, if you don't want to have, the first night was steak, it was delicious, but if you're not a meat eater, there was a vegetarian option. So there's ways you can switch it out. However, if you truly want to experience the show portion of this, you want to get the menu as it's presented by the restaurant. Make sense?
The show goes along with the menu. It's hard to explain.
So tell them about what happens on your table.
Drinks are, they take your drink order, and then eventually the show starts. And there are projections from overhead. And the chef, Le Petit Chef, is projected onto your table in I would call it 4G projection. It is,
What was that? You said protection.
4G projection. Go ahead, make a mistake. And my vision's not that great, and it was clear and it was lovely. And it tells the story of this chef and how he gets started and how he's so proud of what he's doing. And he shows you how he makes your appetizer. Well, then your appetizer comes out.
And Family, created by the world-famous artist of skull mapping, original music score by John McLaughlin. Love is the spice of life. We'll never know all its rhymes or reasons. Tonight, get ready for this love's magical journey while enjoying the flavors of the seasons.
That's the Petit Chef. Do you see him?
Bonjour. Here you go. For me?
Do you see the bunny?
Merci. Wow. Bravo. Merci. merci. Oh, I've got some delicious fresh spinach. Oh. Hey, pie. Oh no. Do you like this, little bunny? Oh, he loves it. You, merci. De rien. Yes, good idea. S'il te plaît. Yeah, bravo. Good job. Bon appétit.
Not to belabor the point, but the show changes with each course. The first show that we saw was Le Petit Chef and Family, and he meets a girl, and they build a little house, and as the dinner progresses, they have a baby. And to tell you how involved this show was, after the entree, the menu is, dinner is coming, so the story has progressed to a point, and a man sitting behind me, I have no idea who this man is. If he's listening, it's awesome. I was involved with the show, and this man behind me says, "Oh, they got a dog." Now, this is a film on your table, and people are emotionally involved in it. Now, as our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful waiter approached our table, he said to me, "Did you tear up?" And I said, "I did." He goes, "Everyone does. Everyone does." Dessert ends, and the video projection comes to an end with, as Disney fans like to call it, a kiss goodnight.
We hope you had a wonderful time.
So all I can tell you is we're going to have some videos and some pictures up. This was one of the most charming meals I've ever had. Now, on top of that, the steak was delicious. And we ate in a steakhouse on the ship, and the steak in Le Petit Chef was better. I thought the food was spectacular. We saw all 3 shows over the course of 9 nights, and then we had a reservation at a different restaurant on the last night, and we went back and asked if we could come back here. Now, we had unlimited dining. That was part of our cruise, so it wasn't $55 each time we went. That would be $110 for the 2 of us per dinner. it was all included. So we made we changed our reservation and went back to the Petit Chef on the last night.
It was awesome. Just to let folks know, if you're familiar with Royal Caribbean, if you're familiar with Celebrity Cruises, at some point prior to your cruise, you're offered a dining package special where it's a reduced price if you purchase 3 dining reservations. I can't remember if this was offered to us or not. Again, we didn't pay attention, but on a lot of occasions they offer an unlimited dining. So for a certain price, you can eat anywhere you want, the same way Kevin and I did for the entire length of the cruise. Going back to the story, I don't know that it's very difficult to explain. It's a very, very difficult thing to convey to you folks. This is an incredible animation. When I say incredible animation, the detail is spectacular. The visuals are spectacular.
The seasons change.
Right. The first one is this changing of the seasons. It is funny. There are parts that you will laugh out loud. As Kevin said, there are points where you will tear up from the emotion. So the fact that they have created something that coincides with every portion of your meal, every course of your meal, the chef is preparing it, as well as telling the story of how he built his family and how his family gets together, and eventually the kids go off to college, and it's really, really touching. But the fact that it's this sort of engaging experience, again, I am not a fan of we're going to entertain you while you eat. That is not my thing at all. It just isn't. You know, people love it. I think it's great. You should enjoy it if you will. I was blown away by what we experienced on this cruise. And again, 3 different shows. We went 3 different times and then a 4th time. So we really, really enjoyed it. Let's talk a little bit about the whole concept behind this. You know, we were live tweeting and Instagramming our pictures and video from our meal, and people are awesome, engaged with us. And we got a message from somebody, I'm gonna let you do it. We got a message from somebody during our cruise.
Just seems to be that the gentleman and his team who created this listens to our podcast. So we got a very nice message from Michael Bickle. Michael is with Table Nation Studios. I couldn't read my writing, sorry. Thanked us for talking about the show and was very nice, very complimentary about what we do, and we were very complimentary about what he did. I can tell you that he sent us a video. It is now available at the Ritz-Carlton in LA. So if you want to see this and you don't want to go on a ship, if you're in the Los Angeles area, the Ritz-Carlton Los Angeles has a restaurant showing a video with Table Nation Studios. We got to see a video of it. It looks just as wonderful.
He was really great. He told us some details of it, how they're a small studio. It started out him and his son were doing it. A lot of work. It's very labor intensive. It takes them 24 hours to make 1 minute, I believe he said, of animation. He was very, very excited at the fact that he works so closely with the chefs on the Celebrity Cruise Line and with the people who designed the space to make it work for this particular animations that they created. And he was really, really excited about it. We want to let you know that this is something that, as Kevin mentioned, Ritz-Carlton, LA, but it's now on most most Celebrity Cruises. I want to make sure I get that right. It's on most Celebrity Cruises, and if it's not already, it's going to be. We were asking about it on the ship, and they said they are launching this fleet-wide.
They're jumping in with both feet.
Yep.
This restaurant is, when you go in, you'll notice the details. It has been retrofitted, and the projections from overhead are complex. The projectors are specifically placed over each table. You can't move your tables around because the projections are kind of where they have to be. However, I'm going to guess it's a 2-hour experience. And we talked to people after the show, and no one could say anything but raves.
Yep. The first night we went, it was actually the first night of the cruise, right? Was it our first actual night of the cruise ship?
No, it was the second night.
And the restaurant was, I would say, 75% full.
I think it was less than that
Maybe
because
less
we
than that.
asked afterwards. We became friendly with our server. And I said, I can't believe this restaurant isn't full. He said, that's because the word of mouth has to happen. The people that see the show have to now talk to the other people that are on the cruise. And we watched that happen over the course of the cruise. This restaurant got more and more and more crowded.
Right.
A couple of nights sold out.
Right. I think we got in the last night just because we had been there so much and our server knew us, and the host made a special arrangement for us to go, but I think they were sold out the last night as well. One of the funny things is, because of the animation is so precise on your table, things happen around your plate and on your plate, that everyone has a great deal of situational anxiety. Everyone's adjusting their plate and making sure it lines up and moving their drinks out of the way so they can just get the right picture of it. It was really, really fun and really cute.
Now, I can tell you that anything that you lay on the table or put on the table now has a projection on it. And I have an orange phone case. Here's my orange phone case. And every time I would lay it on the table, the projections overhead would color my phone case. And every time I said to John, if I could buy a phone case like this, I would. The projections were incredible and vibrant and different. The first show is more about the story of him creating his creations and his family. The second and third show were more about design and color and seasons changing. At one point in one of the meals, your table went from a very vibrant sort of South American motif to this icy cool blue Japanese motif, but that coincided with the courses being served.
The last show is actually a competition.
Oh, there was a competition.
Le Petit Chef versus other Petit Chefs.
Petit Chefs from around the world. So there's an Asian course, there's an Italian course,
And a German course.
and a German course. And the 4 chefs. And at the end of the meal, by applause, you decide which Le Petit Chef won. And I thought, okay, yeah, sure. However, we saw that last show twice, and the winner changed. And it coincided with what the people in the restaurant thought.
Well, that was a fun show because there was a lot more humor in it because the chefs were competing against each other. So there's a little bit of like joking between the chefs and stuff. It was really, really fun.
Now, keep in mind, we're not talking people. We're talking little tiny
Right.
chefs that are
Adam-
projected on your dinner plate.
They were people to me.
They-
I connected with them. They became my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first international Tiny Chef cooking competition. We have invited the world's best thumb-sized chefs on our ship to try and impress you with their cooking skills. Only one of them will be able to take the grand prize home, and you, our esteemed guest, will be the judge. And now, without further ado, let me present to you the competitors. From France, our most well-known candidate, Le Petit Chef.
Bonjour.
Out of Spain, a chef who cooks with her heart and soul. Maria, Carmen, Raquel, Ana Dolores. Give me a second to catch my breath. Monica Francisca Josefa de los Santos, better known as Pequeña Maria. Our next contestant is as known for eating as for cooking. Out of Italy, our heavyweight contender, Piccolo Luciano. And then finally, all the way out of the land of the rising sun, Chisana Takahiro.
What else do we want folks to know about this?
As I said, it's $55 a person. There is no children's pricing, and there's not a separate menu.
And here's the deal. This is perfectly appropriate for kids.
Yeah, it's not inappropriate.
Kids would love it. The humor is, there's nothing off color or risque about it in the least. I think kids would enjoy it. I think the menu itself might not appeal to all children. But again, you can change the menu and you can get other stuff.
I think they can only have one menu because the projections are not only timed, but coded to what you're eating. Now, as Disney geeks, we sat there and we thought, oh my gosh, this should be in Ratatouille should do this. We thought Tiana's restaurant should have this. We found several different places that we thought this should slip into Disney. I would not be surprised to see that happen. And it will become one of those reservations, especially if you can see it off a cruise ship. It will be one of those reservations that you can't get into ever.
Yep. It definitely has something Disney could easily tie any one of their franchises or IPs into for sure, to lock it in. Again, I think part of the surprise was that it was something we weren't expecting. We thought, we'll go and see how it is. And the fact that the show was incredible and the food was incredible really solidified it for us, that we thought this is a truly great dining experience. Because a lot of times Kevin and I will talk about the fact that, this is a great restaurant that's got really cool theming and something's going on and you like it, but the food kind of stinks. So, you got to do that trade-off of what's more important to you. This has the whole package.
I would describe this experience, I can only think of one word that really covers it, and it's delightful. From start to finish. The service staff was incredibly wonderful. The show was surprising, and as John said, funny and touching. And at one point, when he and his wife send their children off to college, and you think, they're alone, everybody tears up. I'm not going to say anything else, but it's truly wonderful.
I know there's a lot of video out there of this on the internet. If you wanted to, you can see the entire show for yourself and see what people are posting about and talking about it. I'm going to say this, video doesn't do it justice. Us describing it doesn't do it justice. This is really an incredible experience. And it really made our cruise, really pushed us over the top of this is a great cruise.
Don't get us wrong. The other restaurants were wonderful. But they were restaurants. This had something added.
Yeah. One of the things that was interesting is we've been on the Equinox before, and when we went the last time, we found the specialty restaurants weren't that great. As a matter of fact, we often returned to the suite restaurant and found that food was better and we got better service. So just so happened to be the way the cruise went for us. This cruise, exact same ship, exact same setup of a suite restaurant, almost the exact same, specialty restaurants, except for now the addition of Petit Chef. And we found the exact opposite to be true. We found each specialty restaurant to be incredible, and the food in the suite lounge was
Things
just
had been stepped up.
okay. It was just okay.
The restaurant that is now Cuisine used to be Silk Harvest. It was an Asian-inspired restaurant, and it has changed. So I think it was a step up. I think the restaurants all around it have stepped up. So we thought this sailing on the Celebrity Equinox was, I would say, it had transformed, and we were delighted by it.
I agree. If you're interested in a Celebrity Equinox sailing or any celebrity sailing, you can contact me, John, at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, and I will put you in touch with any one of our Dreams Unlimited Travel cruise specialists, Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, whatever cruise line you're interested in booking. I can get the folks to you in touch with the folks who book those. want to let you know that with every sailing, including Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, you will get a shipboard credit that is commensurate with the amount of your cruise price. And you'll know that when you get your quote, you'll be told how much shipboard credit you'll receive from Dreams Unlimited Travel. And you'll also receive our special gift bag. That is true of everybody who books with us, who books a cruise through Dreams Unlimited. You did not.
I did not.
Mm-hmm. Yep, didn't get a shipboard credit. And he did not get a bag. But if you book with us, you will get those things. And you'll also get the expertise of someone who is a specialist in that type of cruise that you're looking to book. Not all agents sell all types of cruises, so we'll make sure you get in touch with somebody who knows that type of cruise line very well. One of the things that's happened recently is cruise lines are trying to fill their ships back up. So there's been quite a few discounts been released, quite a few specials. If a discount or a special is released after you book with us and your sailing and your particular reservation is eligible, our agents will make sure you get the discounted price and work with you on that. They also work with the future cruise credits and all that other horrible stuff that's going on now that's making it quite a bit of a challenge to book.
I want to say that the close Magi family has become huge fans of the Celebrity product.
Yeah, it is true. We love it. And Kevin and I have a couple of cruises coming up. Royal Caribbean. We also have a spot on the Disney Wish inaugural sailing, and of course our podcast cruise. So nice to be able to get back to cruising.
I missed it.
Yep, me too. All right, that'll do it for our show. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope you have a great week, and we hope you have a great vacation.
Bye, everybody.